Good morning, student.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
sir.
Okay, well, before we start learning today, let's pray together. Pray start. Pray end. How are you today, student?
I'm
I'm
fine,
fine.
thank
Thank
you.
you. And
And
you?
you?
I'm very good. Thank for us. By the way, Yuli, are you okay? You look not excited to to join this meeting.
I am okay, sir. I just feel a little bit sleepy.
It's okay. If you feel sleepy, you can go to wash your face now.
Thank you, sir. I will come back soon. Thank you for giving me chance.
It's okay. For other student, is there any absent today?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. Okay, Yuli is back. Do you feel sleepy again, Yuli, after you wash your face?
No, sir. Now I feel so excited to join the lesson. Thank you for your chance.
Okay, that's good. All right, student. Today we will learning a new material. The material is about a narrative text. But before uh, we go to the learning session, I want to show you about the competence in this material. Wait a moment, I want to set screen. Do you see the slides, student?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, the first about competency standard and that is about understand the meaning of the function written text and simple short essay in the form of narrative and a report to interact in the context of the everyday life. And then about basic competencies, reading aloud means function written text and simple short essay in the form of the narrative and report with acceptable speech, stress, and intonation to the interact in the context of everyday life. And then about the objectives, the first is student able to know the element of the definition and also the linguistic element of the narrative text. The second is student able to know about genetic structure in the narrative text. And then student can different between narrative text and the other type of the text. Okay, we start from the definition. I think all of you are familiar about this text. Can one of you tell me about what is narrative text?
May I try, sir?
Yes, please, Rizka.
Narrative text is a text that tell about story.
Mm,
Is right, sir?
that's right. But I want to tell more complete about what is narrative text. You, the narrative text is one of the type, the one type of the text that tells a story that has a chronological sequence of the event that are interconnected. The purpose of this text is entertain and give education to the reader. Example of the narrative text is fairy tale. The story is Cinderella, and then fable about a story about animal. The example is Anne and Dove, and also legend. The example is Legend of Dan Tobalike. Alright, student. After we discuss about what is narrative text, and then we move to the next is about genetic structure of the descriptive text. There are four genetic structure. The first is orientation. In orientation is tell about the introduction of the story from the character and also the place of the story happen. And then the second genetic structure is complication. That's a tell about the problem that's happened in the story. And then the third genetic structure is resolution. That tell about the problem, the crisis in the solved, and other is tell about the ending of the story. That is about happy ending or sad ending of the story. And the last one is the orientation or the coda. In this session, that is a closing remark for the story and tell about moral value and advise the story for the reader from the author. And here I have one of the example of the narrative text. The kind is fable. You can read the story in the slide. I will take give you time 5 minutes to read the story. Are you understand, student?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, student. If you don't read the story,
Yes, sir. We have
Yes,
done it.
sir.
mm, if you have done read the story, now I want to ask question about related to the story. Okay, the question is, what is the story about? Who can answer the question?
Uh, the story is about the ant, and the dove.
All right, that's right. The story tell about story and the dog. You can read in the story the dog. So Anne fall into brook, and then the dog help the Anne. After that, come a hunter to want to kill the dog, but the Anne strong him into in the hill, and and that make made the hunter pain, and the dog save. That's the point of the story. All right. I have task for you assignment in or a homework. Please find one the story about narrative text that can about fairy tale, fable, and also legend, and then analyze the story with the generic structure. Are you understand, student?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think because time is up, I think that's all about the first lesson about narrative text. About the next lesson, we will continue next week. Well, before we end the meeting, I want to give conclusion about today's lesson. Today we will learn about a narrative text that is tell about a story, and also the purpose of the narrative text is to entertain the reader and also give education to the reader. About the genetic structure, there are four of the genetic structure. The first is orientation, and then complication, the orientation. About the genetic structure, there are four genetic structure. The first is orientation, and then the second is complication, and then the third is resolution, and the last one is reorientation. I think that's all about today's meeting. Have you any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, good. See you next time. See you next week, student. And thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir. See you.
See you, sir.